This morning, special coverage of Pope Leo XIV as we hear from the new leader of the Catholic Church this morning. He calls his papacy a profound blessing and a heavy spiritual responsibility. That message, part of the homily, which he celebrated in his first Mass as Pope. These are some of the remarkable images we've seen this morning. Pope Leo's first Mass as Pope in the Sistine Chapel, celebrated before the cardinals who elected him yesterday. He's the first American to be the spiritual leader of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics, so it is a new era in the Church's 2,000-year history. The Pope's homily began in English with a message to the cardinals who made that historic decision.
Through the ministry of Peter, you have called me to carry that cross and to be blessed with that mission. And I know I can rely on each and every one of you to walk with me as we continue as a church, as a community of friends of Jesus, as believers, to announce the good news, to announce the gospel.
Let's look live again at St. Peter's Square, where the faithful still come and the visitors, as always. Breaking news from the Vatican. The Pope will be formally installed as Pope during Mass there in St. Peter's Basilica on Sunday, May the 18th. So not this Sunday, but one Sunday from now. This Sunday, we will see him from the loggia, from the balcony, as he delivers his first prayer and blessing to those who will assemble on Sunday. Assembled still are the world's media, and Juanita Taylor is part of our news team in Rome. Juanita, joining me now live. We were certainly listening closely. The world was when the Pope delivered his first homily, the first time speaking directly to the College of Cardinals as Pope and sending a wider message to the world. What were some of the themes in that first message?
Well, Heather, we're starting to get an idea who Pope Leo XIV is as the first American Pope. He began his papacy with a homily focused on the need to joyfully spread Christianity. Now, two women delivered the scripture readings as the start of the Mass, and that was seen as an indication of Leo's intention to follow Francis's priority to expand women's role in the church. Now, he prayed that this historic papacy can help the Catholic Church be a beacon illuminating the dark nights of this world. And Pope Leo began his first Mass with a few words in English, as we just heard, in which he thanked the cardinal electors for their trust in him. Have a listen to more of what Pope Leo said this morning.
Even today, there are many settings in which the Christian faith is considered absurd, meant for the weak and unintelligent. Settings where other securities are preferred, like technology, money, success, power, or pleasure. These are contexts where it is not easy to preach the gospel.
Now, Heather, the cardinals applauded as the Mass concluded, and Leo was seen wearing simple black shoes, not the red loafers of the papacy preferred by some traditional popes. And Heather, this was seen as a Mass that may suggest more of Leo's priorities moving forward.
Of course, there's so much discussion about this, Juanita. Will it be a pope who continues in the direction of Pope Francis, or will there be a departure and perhaps a return to more conservative and traditional approaches? What do we know at this early stage about the new pope's priorities?
Yeah, very much indeed early stages, and a lot to keep an eye on as the days come. It's likely that Pope Leo's priorities will, include looking after people, the migrants and the disenfranchised. And Pope Leo, he repeated Francis's call for a church that is always looking to be close to people, especially those who are suffering. And he also wants an inclusive church, synodality, which means more decision-making of those who aren't priests, and climate change. And we also know that peace and social justice issues are important to him, as well as immigration. And we will be watching closely to what Pope Leo says on Sunday. He will lead the prayer from the Vatican balcony, which you can see right behind me. And of course, Heather, just like yesterday and the day before, we are expecting to see a huge crowd.
Juanita, thank you so very much. I want to show you a moment from the first Mass from Pope Leo this morning. Let's watch this together. The cardinals applauded the Pope as he led the procession from the Sistine Chapel. These are the cardinals who chose him yesterday, and 4 votes before we saw the white smoke. Of course, there were 4 Canadian cardinals making that decision as well. And from that image to this one, a document from the Vatican. It is the minutes from the official acceptance of the new Pope. It is in Latin, but in the center you see Leo XIV. That's the name that he has assumed. And that is an important thing, the choice of the papal name. We'll talk about that over the course of the program today.